Jalen Brunson. Traveling, it's Knicks ball. Jalen Brunson. Out of bounds, it's Knicks ball. Jalen Brunson. Miles Turner for three. Mitchell Robinson. Personal foul charge against number 2, Andrew Nembhard. That's his first personal foul, first Pacer team foul. At the free throw line for the New York Knicks is OG Anunoby for 2 shots. Pascal Siakam. Personal foul charge against number 23, Aaron Nesmith. That's his first personal foul, second Pacer team foul. Substitution for the Pacers, Ben Shepherd replaces Aaron Nesmith. Ben Shepherd for 3. First personal foul charge against number 32, Karl Anthony Towns, the first New York team foul. At the free throw line for the Indiana Pacers is Pascal Siakam for 2 shots. Mikal Bridges. Out of bounds, New York ball. A loose ball foul will go against number 33, Miles Turner. That's his first personal foul, third Pacer team foul. Foul charge against number 8, OG Anunoby. That's his first personal foul, second New York team foul. At the free throw line for the Pacers is Tyrese Halliburton for 3 shots. Now entering the game for the Indiana Pacers, Obi Toppin replaces Pascal Siakam. 3! Karl Anthony Towns. Karl Anthony Towns. Andrew Nembhard. 3! Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson. Timeout Pacers. Substitutions for the New York Knicks, Miles McBride and Josh Hart go in for Karl Anthony Towns and OG Anunoby. For the Indiana Pacers, TJ McConnell will be replacing Andrew Nembhard. Tony Bradley goes in for Miles Turner. Out of bounds, Pacers ball. Personal foul charge against number 2, Miles McBride. That's his first personal foul, third New York team foul. At the free throw line for the Indiana Pacers is Obi Toppin for 2 shots. Jalen Brunson. TJ McConnell for 3. Mitchell Robinson. Out of bounds, New York ball. Substitutions for the Indiana Pacers, Benedict Mathurin and Pascal Siakam replace Obi Toppin and Tyrese Halliburton. Pascal Siakam. Benedict Mathurin for 3. That is the end of the first quarter. The New York Knicks lead the Indiana Pacers 27-23. Substitutions for the New York Knicks, Landry Shamet, Karl Anthony Towns, and DeLon Wright replace Mitchell Robinson, Jalen Brunson, and Mikal Bridges. For the Indiana Pacers, Obi Toppin will go in for Tony Bradley. Karl Anthony Towns. TJ McConnell. Karl Anthony Towns. Personal foul charged against number 43, Pascal Siakam. That's his first personal foul, first Pacer team foul. Obi Toppin. Stepped out of bounds, Pacers ball. Obi Toppin. Karl Anthony Towns. 3-pointer for Pascal Siakam. 3! Miles McBride. Josh Hart. Personal foul charge against 00 Benedict Mathurin. That's his first personal foul, second Pacer team foul. Substitutions for the Pacers, Aaron Nesmith and Miles Turner replace Obi Toppin and Ben Shepherd. Second personal foul goes against number 8, OG Anunoby. That is the first New York team foul. Timeout New York. Substitutions for Indiana, Obi Toppin and Andrew Nembhard replace TJ McConnell and Benedict Mathurin. Tyrese Halliburton will go in for Pascal Siakam. Benedict Mathurin. 3! Landry Shamet. Carl Anthony Towns. Second personal foul charge goes against number 33, Miles Turner, the third Pacer team foul. OG Anunoby. Offensive foul will go against number 44, Landry Shamet. That's his first personal foul. Miles Turner. Josh Hart. Offensive foul will go against number 33, Miles Turner. That's his third personal foul. Substitutions for the Pacers. Pascal Siakam goes in for Miles Turner. Ball out of bounds. Pacers ball. Personal foul charge against number 1, Obi Toppin. That's his first personal foul, fourth Pacers team foul. Now entering the game for the New York Knicks, Mikal Bridges replaces Landry Shamet. For the Pacers, Benedict Mathurin will replace Obi Toppin. Personal foul charged against number 11, Jalen Brunson. That's his first personal foul and the second New York team foul. Timeout. Shooting the free throws for the Indiana Pacers is Tyrese Halliburton. Personal foul charged against number 3, Josh Hart. That's his first personal foul, third New York team foul. At the free throw line for the Indiana Pacers is Pascal Siakam for 2 shots. OG Anunoby. Jarris Walker for 3. Benedict Mathurin. Carl Anthony Towns. Mikal Bridges. That is the end of the second quarter. The New York Knicks lead the Indiana Pacers 56-45. Traveling Knicks ball. Offensive foul charge against number 32, Carl Anthony Towns. That's his second personal foul. Out of bounds, Knicks ball. Jalen Brunson. Aaron Nesmith for 3. Jalen Brunson. Personal foul will go against number 23, Aaron Nesmith. That's his second personal foul and the first Pacer team foul. 3! Jalen Brunson. Tyrese Halliburton. Out of bounds, New York ball. Mitchell Robinson. Timeout Pacers. A loose ball foul will go against number 32, Carl Anthony Towns, his third personal foul and the first New York team foul. Substitutions for the Indiana Pacers. Tony Bradley goes in for Miles Turner. Personal foul will go against number 23, Mitchell Robinson. That's his first personal foul, second New York team foul. At the free throw line for the Indiana Pacers is Tony Bradley for 2 shots. Second personal foul will go against number 2, Andrew Nembhard. That is the second Pacer team foul. At the free throw line for the New York Knicks is Jalen Brunson for 2 shots. Substitutions for the Pacers. Benedict Mathurin and Thomas Bryant replace Tony Bradley and Aaron Nesmith. Carl Anthony Towns. Personal foul will go against number 2, Andrew Nembhard. That's his third foul and the third Pacer team foul. At the free throw line for the New York Knicks is OG Anunoby for 2 shots. Substitutions for the Pacers. Ben Shepherd goes in for Andrew Nembhard. Personal foul will go against number 32, Carl Anthony Towns. That's his fourth personal foul and the third New York team foul. At the free throw line for the Indiana Pacers is Pascal Siakam for 2 shots. Substitutions for the New York Knicks. Josh Hart goes in for Carl Anthony Towns. Personal foul on number 23, Mitchell Robinson. That's his second personal foul and the fourth New York team foul. At the free throw line for the Indiana Pacers is Benedict Mathurin for 2 shots. A loose ball foul will go against number 3, Josh Hart. That's his second personal foul and the fifth New York team foul. At the free throw line for the Indiana Pacers is Benedict Mathurin for 2 shots. Obi Toppin. Personal foul will go against number 11, Jalen Brunson. That's his second personal foul. Mikal Bridges. Obi Toppin. A take foul will go against number 0, Tyrese Halliburton. That's his first personal foul and the fifth Indiana team foul. At the free throw line for the New York Knicks is Mitchell Robinson for 2 shots. Foul on number 23, Mitchell Robinson. That's his third personal foul. At the free throw line for the Indiana Pacers is Benedict Mathurin for 2 shots. Substitutions for the New York Knicks. Precious Achiuwa will go in for Mitchell Robinson. Jalen Brunson! Offensive foul will go against number 26, Ben Shepherd. That is his first personal foul. Substitutions, Pascal Siakam goes in for Thomas Bryant. Mikal Bridges! 3! Jalen Brunson! Personal foul on number 1, Obi Toppin. That is his second personal foul. Timeout, Knicks. Substitutions for the Pacers. TJ McConnell will go in for Tyrese Halliburton. Precious Achua. First personal foul will go against number 9, TJ McConnell. Miles McBride. Personal foul will go against number 2, Miles McBride. That is his second personal foul. The previous call is under further review to see if it meets the criteria of a flagrant foul. After review, the play stands as called. At the free throw line for the Indiana Pacers is Pascal Siakam for 2 shots. Benedict Mathurin. Personal foul will go against number 3, Josh Hart. That is his third personal foul. Out of bounds, Knicks ball. Ben Shepherd for 3. Personal foul will go against number 5, Jarris Walker. That is his first personal foul. At the free throw line for the New York Knicks is Josh Hart for 2 shots. Benedict Mathurin. Mikal Bridges. Traveling. The previous call is under further review. Timeout, Knicks. After reviewing the play, the call stands as called. That is the end of the third quarter. Knicks lead the Pacers 90-73. Substitutions for the New York Knicks. DeLon Wright, OG Anunoby, and Landry Shamet replace Jalen Brunson, Miles McBride, and Mikal Bridges. For the Indiana Pacers, Jarris Walker and TJ McConnell replace Tyrese Halliburton and Ben Shepherd. Landry Shamet. Personal foul will go against number 44, Landry Shamet. That is his second personal foul and the first New York team foul. At the free throw line for the Indiana Pacers is Benedict Mathurin for 2 shots. Substitution for the Knicks, Miles McBride will go in for DeLon Wright. 3! OG Anunoby. TJ McConnell. Benedict Mathurin. Personal foul will go against number 5, Jarris Walker. That is his first personal foul and the first Indiana team foul. At the free throw line for the New York Knicks is Karl Anthony Towns for 2 shots. Out of bounds, New York ball. Pascal Siakam. 3-pointer for Jarris Walker. Timeout, New York. Substitutions for the Indiana Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton, Aaron Nesmith, and Andrew Nembhard replace TJ McConnell, Pascal Siakam, and Benedict Mathurin. For the New York Knicks, Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges will go in for Miles McBride and Landry Shamet. Jump ball, Josh Hart. Personal foul will go against number 2, Andrew Nembhard. That is his 4th personal foul and the second Pacer team foul. Josh Hart. Timeout, Pacers. Substitutions for the Indiana Pacers, Pascal Siakam and Benedict Mathurin replace Andrew Nembhard and Jarris Walker. Personal foul will go against number 25, Mikal Bridges. That's his first personal foul and the second New York team foul. Pascal Siakam. Jalen Brunson. Benedict Mathurin. Foul charge against number 32, Karl Anthony Towns. That is his 5th personal foul and the 3rd New York team foul. Substitution for the Indiana Pacers, Obi Toppin will replace Miles Turner. Timeout, New York. Tyrese Halliburton. Personal foul will go against number 43, Pascal Siakam. That is his 2nd personal foul and the 2nd Pacer team foul. Karl Anthony Towns. Personal foul will go against 00 Benedict Mathurin. That is his 2nd personal foul and the 3rd Pacer team foul. Karl Anthony Towns. Out of bounds, New York ball. Timeout, Pacers. Substitutions for the New York Knicks, Landry Shamet, Miles McBride, and Precious Achua replace Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, and Karl Anthony Towns. For the Indiana Pacers, Johnny Furphy and Thomas Bryant replace TJ McConnell and Obi Toppin. Personal foul will go against number 5, Precious Achua, his 1st personal foul and the 4th New York team foul. Substitution for the New York Knicks, DeLon Wright replaces OG Anunoby. Personal foul on number 26, Ben Shepherd. That is his second foul and the fourth Pacer team foul. At the free throw line for the New York Knicks is Josh Hart for 2 shots. Personal foul on number 2, Miles McBride. That is his third personal foul. At the free throw line for the Indiana Pacers is Ben Shepherd for 2 shots. Andrew Nembhard. That is the end of the game. The New York Knicks beat the Indiana Pacers 111